Hello, this is Jake Makes Things, and today we're going to be looking at some of these nice, that might be a bit of a strong word for it, but some of these homemade security pins that I made, and what we're going to do with them. How I did this, and I'm sure there's better ways to do this, that will give you much nicer results than what I have here. I took a Dremel tool and a drill press, and I put all these driver pins, I put them one at a time into the drill press, and then I turned on the Dremel tool, and I had a little point tool, a little point file inside the Dremel tool, which as the pin spun, I would put the Dremel tool against the pin, and it would take out and file off sections of the pin to make some nice pins. And I did some key pins as well. I don't think I did any number 5s, which is a mistake, but I got some 2s, some 3s, some 4s. I think 5, that's just what was from the other, that's right, that's just what was from the other bin. I didn't touch any of the 1s because they're just so small. But let's see what we can do about getting this lock loaded up and on its way. Alright. Anywho, let's take our core, and let's see, what do we got? We got a 4, and let's look at, I said I wanted a serrated, so here are my 2 options. And we're just gonna pick the nastiest looking one. I'm thinking this one. You can see it's kind of got some... As you can see, it's kind of got, let me get my little pointing hook. It's got some nasty little serrations right in there, and then I'm hoping that can help us a little bit. And I'm going to put this one in upside down, if that well, maybe not upside down truly, but I'm going to put that in this way. So as we push up, if you can find the pin, as it pushes up, it's got more of a chance of these hitting the shear line instead of losing all that space underneath. Alright, so 4. Next thing I need is a 3. And that one's supposed to be a serrated spool. That one looks kinda interesting, but not really a serrated spool, more of just a serrated pin. So let's take our other option, which is definitely more of the serrated spool. That's a nasty looking pin. And we're gonna put that one in next. Alright. Next one I have is just a standard cut just a standard cut. So we're gonna drop just the one in there. And then I have another number 3. I have that one down as a serrated spool. We're just going to put this serrated pin in there backwards just to see. This won't be as good as I hoped because but there are some serrations to it. And who knows, this is probably going to give somebody enough trouble just because these are all the homemade spools and the serrated pins. So next one is a 2. And I made a lot more 2 security pins than I thought, so we're gonna be really mean. We're gonna put this serrated spool in 2. Or the serrated spool in 5, rather. So, then we're gonna, let's see how that goes. If we put the core in, and then we're gonna go with the driver pins next. Great. So now that that's all in there, let's do the driver pins. So, first one is supposed to just be like a serrated, these are all serrated spool, so I'll just go with a very shallow, oh, there's a pretty good serrated one. So we're going to drop that one in first. There we go. There's that first one. Alright. And then the next one is another serrated spool, so we're gonna go with one that's a deeper cut to it. These are all very shallow. I think I did better spools on my key pins than on my drivers. But there's a pretty nasty looking one. Right there, that's pretty nasty. So that'll go with the 2. Alright, 3 is another. That one's just gonna be a. Here's a nice one for that. And we're just gonna drop that one in. Just to make life hard on people. So then if you don't... The reason I put that in that direction was the spool, kind of the spool part is on the bottom. So if you push it up all the way, you're going to hit spool. And then if you don't set it all the way, which is a little more likely, you hit the serrations to make you think you have it set. With that short pin in there, that's just going to make things, hopefully, really tough. And then, next one, that's number 3. We're gonna put this, just this kind of the serrated thing in there. And that'll go in 5. And then we'll put this really deep spool here. Into 4. And we'll put it that way. Great. So now we've got all that. Let's see what we got for springage floating around. We're gonna try and stay away from those double wound springs a little bit. We'll put a couple in, but they're really making this thing hard to lock. So we're gonna cut one of the double wounds. So it's gonna be 3 single springs and then 2 double wounds. And I think just for... Oh, that'd be a pattern though if I did every other one. So we're gonna do... Let's just randomly drop those in, and then we'll do some of the double wounds. Drop the double wounds in. Oh, that's not... Then we'll put this little... Oh, that one's really bent out of shape. Take this cap. We'll just kind of mash you in. Beautiful. Oh, and you're not going to latch down like you... Oh. Knew it wouldn't be that easy. Couldn't be that easy. Great. So now we're just going to drop that in there. We'll just kind of give these all a little push to get them down into their... down in to the lock a little bit. And let's see if I can find... Is there the... one of the original latches from the... There we go. There we go. So we're just going to fit that onto there. Ah, that's nice. Now let's see, what do we got? We locked? Yes, we are. Alright, I'm gonna give this a test. Alright, so we're back with the challenge lock build. And I was not able to get into this, which means it's pretty good.